There she is. Brenda.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It is a great pleasure to welcome you to the beginning ceremony of the December nursing class of 2002. In this era of increasing pressures on the nursing profession, it is rewarding to be part of the process of the education of these 25 women and men as they become graduate nurses and prepare to take the NCLEX exam. We have been assured that the shortage of bedside nurses will continue as we baby boomers increasingly require health care. Therefore, Ocean County College increased its fall 02 freshman class to 100 from 78 and spring 03 to 80 from 39, 15 of whom will be completed in 17 months as they are already LPNs and are in our career mobility program. Ocean County's Board of Chosen Freeholders has provided $100,000 in support of our nursing program. The hospitals have provided clinical instructors, scholarships, tuition reimbursement, externships, lab supplies, flowers, and most importantly, jobs for our graduates. The Ocean County College Foundation Summer Fundraising event was dedicated to the support of the nursing program. The Lombardi Foundation has provided over $150,000 in scholarship funds to third and fourth semester nursing students since 1992. The Ocean County Women's Association provides $10,000 a semester for scholarships. Plus, there are many other scholarships available for nursing students provided by other private and public concerns. All this to bring the residents of Ocean County well-educated graduate nurses. To brag a little bit about our program, the last results of the NCLEX exam were that we achieved a 97% passing rate. This is a direct result of the tireless work of the individuals on this stage that are also listed in your program. Some of them might be a little bit shy, so I'm going to have them raise their hand instead of standing up to be recognized. The following are the nursing faculty that are here. And if you're shy, just raise your hand. I'd like to start with Leah Kelly. Professor Arlene Whitman. Professor Mary Lou Gilbert. Professor Sandra Kearns. Professor Barbara Alexander. Professor Sue Del Kennelly. Professor Fran Sensenbach. We also have a couple of the individuals that work in our college lab. Loretta Horenko. Debbie Atushak. She made me write it phonetically too. We have several of our clinical instructors here. Maggie Sioko and Jennifer Waldas. And we have several hospital representatives here. One is Sue Wilmot from Kimball Medical Center. Regina Foley from Medical Center of Ocean County. We have Mrs. Lombardi and Mr. Mark Walco. And representing students from last year, we have Tom Quinn and Melissa Lay. And from Ocean County College, we have Dan Duffy, Vice President of Student Affairs. And John Kane, Vice President of Financial and Office Services. There's one individual I haven't introduced, and this individual has empowered many of us at Ocean County College to work in ways we wouldn't have dreamed possible, and that is Dr. John Larson, President of Ocean County College.
Thank you very much, Dean Mackey. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, staff, and students, and administration of Ocean County College, it's my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all, distinguished guests, family, and friends, members of the nursing department, and especially our nursing graduates. You, our graduates, are the reason that we are all assembled here tonight to honor you and to help you celebrate this noteworthy accomplishment in your professional lives. And each of you are here because you are caring, energetic, dedicated individuals who want to make a difference in the world. As you have successfully navigated your way through the rigors of the Ocean County College nursing program, you've all come closer together and become united in your mission to become professionals in the field of medicine. You reach this pinnacle tonight equipped with the knowledge and expertise to know what to do for your patients, and kindness and compassion to know how to do it. Let me take a moment now also to praise the excellent role models that you have had to learn from here at Ocean County College. The nursing faculty. They're among the most loyal, professional, hardworking, and committed faculty members with whom I have ever had the pleasure of working. By the nature of their roles as teachers and guides for you, we know that they are caring people with an extraordinary commitment to high standards of conduct. So please, help me say thank you to our fabulous faculty. Now, a note for the husbands, wives, parents, children, and others close to our graduates. We know that you're proud of your family member, your friend, son, daughter, nephew, niece, husband, or wife, who has made it through our program and will soon be an RN with a great score on NCLEX exam, just as we are proud of them. And they and we know that they could not have succeeded without your support, without your understanding, without your encouragement. So thank you for all that you have done to help them to succeed. And graduates, congratulations to you on your wonderful achievement. May each of you find happiness and fulfillment in your professional life as a nurse. Thank you. Good luck.
Dr. Frank Wetta, Vice President of Academic Affairs, was to introduce our speaker this evening. However, he is unable to attend. This is the first pinning he will miss in 15 years, and he sends his warmest congratulations. So, I am delighted to have the honor and privilege of introducing Ms. Regina Foley. Last May, at my first pinning in this role, I was really nervous. Ms. Foley was backstage with us before the ceremony, and she assured me that if there was anything I needed, she would be willing to help. Just that offer was enough to take the ad job. That is the type of person Ms. Foley is, always willing to help others. At Ocean County College, we train our nurses to be professional, but also to treat others with compassion. However, the professional part of Ms. Foley is equally impressive. She is currently the Vice President of Nursing at Medical Center of Ocean County, which is the Chief Nurse Executive responsible for overall patient services. She is a graduate of Christ Hospital School of Nursing, Jersey City, New Jersey, and received her BSN and MBA MBA from Monmouth University. She is also an Ocean County College alumni. This year, she had a Wharton Nurses Executive Fellowship in Philadelphia. She has a long list of other credentials, professional recognition and affiliations, including Certified Nurse Administrator Advanced. One other affiliation I would like to mention is that in 1999, she went on a humanitarian mission to Honduras, and this year she went to Haiti on another humanitarian mission. Despite this busy/frantic schedule, she took a Friday evening to come here to meet with these graduating nursing students before this pending ceremony to get to know them a little. I am very pleased to present Ms. Regina Colleen.
That was really nice, Melanie. Thanks very much. Hi, students. I should say graduates. I guess I want to begin with a brief. I was trying to prepare my thoughts for this evening. The last thing the students up here, which is the most important piece of the night, as well as the families, are to hear a bunch of people say a bunch of different things. And I was just looking for a story that is so symbolic to me that you'd be able to take away with you. So I have two thoughts. One is a story, and then one is essentially a closing comment. In May of '87, as I graduated, my first position was in critical care. Of course on nights, because that's where they like to put the graduates, where you have a lot of resources and you have a lot of people around to help you out along the way. And just as you, I was very idealistic. I was going to eradicate disease, find a vaccine for HIV, and solve world hunger in the 5 easy lessons. And as I finished my 6-month orientation in critical care, I was on nights. It was January of 1988, and at that time, the Winter Olympics were going on. I'm quite a sports fan. Not that I'm a good athlete, I'm just a fan in general. And I was working nights. I had my own patient assignment, and one was a woman who was comatose and unresponsive and had been for about 3 weeks. So essentially, the medical staff, lack of a better term, ruled her out. She was either going to go home on hospice or potentially go to a nursing home, and we were just going to do palliative measures. But remember, my idealism, I'm new off orientation, I'm going to solve all the world's problems, and every time I interacted with that woman, her name was Helen Smith, I spoke to her family, so certainly they know that I was, we're a little bit worried about confidentiality these days, so I'm not saying anything out of school. And every time I went into her room, first thing was to make sure the television was on. And I would tune into ABC because the Olympics were going on at the time. And I would talk to her. Hi, Mrs. Smith, it's Regina Foley again. I'm going to turn you. I'm going to do this treatment. I'm going to change this dressing. I'm going to give you an antibiotic, et cetera, et cetera. Every single time I interacted with her, I made sure I introduced myself, spoke to her in the present tense, and gave her world issues going on, talked about weather, et cetera, et cetera. And I consistently did that every time because the structure that was governed here at OCC at the time was to be empathetic and compassionate and identify with your patients every day and every chance that you could. So remember, idealism. So every time I went in, I did the same thing every single time. So that's what the book said to do. And I was doing a treatment, and this is, no kidding, a true story. I was doing a treatment on her, and with that I looked at her face, and her eyes were open. And I said, oh my gosh, her eyes are open. She's not in a coma anymore. She's no longer unresponsive. And I said, Mrs. Smith, it's Regina, are you there? And no response, no nothing. So I went and got the resident, working in the hospital, there were residents, and I called him, you need to come right away. Mrs. Smith woke up. Of course, he didn't believe me at all. Came real quick, we were at the bedside, I'm holding her hand, I'm rubbing her hand, and I'm saying, Mrs. Smith, are you with us, are you with us? Trying to get a sense of a response out of her. And she gave a nod, and I said, do you know where you are? And she said, it took a little while, and I said, well, could you tell me where you are? She says, I'm live from Calgary, Canada. I thought, oh my gosh. I said, okay, well, we're not in Calgary, Canada, but hey, it works for me. And I said, are you in a hospital in Calgary? Well, yeah, this is where you have me. Remember the residents on the other side of the bed. And I said, well, do you know who I am at all? And she said, yes, you're Regina Foley. I kid you not, 3 weeks in a coma, and every time I went in there, I would interact with her, say essentially the same thing and do the same thing, very consistent, because that's what OCC teaches and that's what nursing practice teaches. So I'm doing it because I'm off orientation. I'm going to solve that world crisis, remember? So the residents on the other side of the bed, and I said, okay, Mrs. Smith, you think if you're in Calgary, you're in a hospital in Calgary, you know who I am, that's great. And the resident introduced himself, and he says his name, and she looks at him very perplexed, and he says, well, that is my name. She says, the hell, that's your name. You're Jim McKay. The reason I share this with you is you have got to always remember every single interaction that you have with a patient, you have such an ability to make a difference. And, whether that's 6 months out of school and here it is 15 years later, it is so symbolic in my mind to make a difference. So that's that piece. And then in closing arguments, well, now I'm an attorney. I guess I'd probably make a good argument at home. My kids think so anyway. So my closing comment is the last thing you want to do is think about more school. All you want to do is those nursing staples. And as committed as your family and friends are tonight, and how they've been for the last several years of you being here, they will continue to be steadfast and unconditional with you. So I guess the takeaway is I don't want you to believe that graduating tonight is the end. You have to think that it's a framework and a beginning. You have an unbelievable faculty that has given you a great foundation that deserves the opportunity to be built upon. So whether it's a midwife, a nurse anesthetist, an RNFA, a master prepared bedside caregiver, faculty at OCC, don't sell yourself short. This is just the beginning of it, and as I said, the last thing you want to do is think about registering for another semester, buying more books, figuring out what my babysitting arrangements are going to be for that semester. Do not sell yourself short. You're bright, you're articulate, you have the whole world ahead of you with a great foundation that you have to credit OCC with always. So you'll get your pin tonight, be very proud to wear it, and I wish you'll have a happy holiday season. Thanks. We're going to have our class speaker, Beth Davenport.
Good evening. On behalf of all of us, the graduate nurses of December 2002, I would like to thank you all for coming. I believe you can appreciate what we have been through over the past several semesters because all of you have been there with us. And all that we put you through, you're still here tonight. Will any of us forget the first day of semester 1 when Professor Sensenbach said, referring to our journey through the nursing program, and I quote, "You will get sick, you will gain weight or lose weight, and say goodbye to your families for a while." You did say that. So I want to acknowledge our friends and families for what you have done. Without your support, many of us would not be here tonight. We thank you for your assistance, your shoulder when we needed one, your ear when we needed you to listen. Thank you for babysitting and taking kids, even twins, to birthday parties or doing the dishes or laundry when we just couldn't. We thank you for your financial support and allowing us to come to you for help when needed. We thank you for all your time and patience. I read the Senate pamphlet promoting this career and I thought it was an appropriate comment on the nursing profession. Nurses are the ones who are always there, providing expertise as well as caring, support, advice to those in need and their families. Nurses can make the difference between life and death, between comfort and pain, knowledge and fear, freedom and dependence. Some of you may think that nursing is a difficult job and something you cannot imagine yourselves doing. And there are many times when a few of us, myself included, have felt the same. We have all had those moments that probably would not be too polite to bring up now, but those moments that made us question if this was the right career. But in the end, I believe we feel a sense of privilege caring for people at the moment in their lives when they need help the most. We will be part of the largest group of healthcare workers in healthcare today, numbering in the millions. We will have many, many opportunities before us, from school nurse, operating room nurse, home care, hospice, traveling nurse, intensive care, mental health, pediatrics, trauma, to management and teaching, just to name a few. We will face many things, life, death, illness, and all that surrounds that, including dealing with doctors, families, cultural and ethical issues. This is truly just the beginning for us, although I think we feel like we've been through a lot just to get where we are right now. But But in nursing, as in life, we will never stop learning. Whether we decide to continue our education, which some of us will do and should do, or just continue learning as long as we continue nursing. We have talked much in our classes about the impending nursing shortage, the worst ever, hitting in 2008-2010. There are many reasons why, from the decrease in enrollment in nursing schools to the average age of a nurse today, 43. We feel strongly about promoting nursing and the abundance of opportunities available. I hope that we will all go on to be advocates for ourselves in this profession. We have all had experiences during our education that have touched us, confirming that we have chosen the right path. Whether it was holding the hand of a 50-year-old man dying of cancer, rocking a drug-addicted infant to a much-needed sleep, watching the birth of a baby for the very first time, or that moment when the family turns to you for support and advice. Whatever it was for each of us, it's those moments that got us here, that may have kept us going when times were tough, when you just couldn't write another paper, those never-ending IPAs or paramedics. Or to study another moment for those famous multiple-choice tests. It is also those moments that will keep us going through long hours and hard work ahead. Tonight, we have all come to the same place in life. Despite our differences, our ages range from 20-something to 40-something. Some of us are quiet and reserved, and some of us are not, as witnessed last night at the nursing dinner. Some of us studied all last summer, well, maybe one of us, and some of us the week before the test. Some of us file and index every paper and note taken and bring 2 calculators to a test just to make sure. And some of us have all of our papers in the backseat of our cars and never seem to have a pencil on the day of an exam. Some of us watched every video and read every page, and some of us fast-forwarded through those tapes and just read the all-important boxes in each chapter. One's laughing. And some of us took all the craziness of nursing school in stride, and some of us let it under our skin. But despite our differences, we all share the same experience. And we came together to help each other study, to encourage and support each other when needed, and sometimes to remind each other to put things into perspective. I would like all of you to take a minute and look at the faces of these nurses before you. If you should ever find yourself in need of nursing care, whether you were in a hospital, an emergency room, a nursing home, or an operating room, and you look up and see one of these faces, take a sigh of relief, knowing that you will be in good hands and well cared for. We thank our faculty for their individual strengths, their efforts and determination. They pushed us to learn, and sometimes pushed us to the edge. But we did learn and learn much, and we will walk out of here tonight with a broad knowledge base that will serve us well in our futures as nurses and as people. So thank you for that. You know, a friend of mine believes that there are some professions in which you actually become that profession, like lawyer, doctor, nurse. And now I understand what she means. Because little by little, aside from all the books and the practical skills, you start to notice a difference in yourself. You look at people with a kinder heart, with more understanding and increased empathy. If I were to thank this program for anything, it would be for that. For this will make a difference in how we practice nursing, and maybe, more importantly, how we live our lives. I think it is important to acknowledge that within this time in school, there have been many joys and sorrows, from weddings to the loss of loved ones. Incredibly, just within this past week, there has been a loss of a grandparent, a student admission into the hospital, a pet was put to sleep, never mind our faculty injury that we had. Those of you who have had such experiences should be applauded for your strength and fortitude in handling whatever you had to face at the same time keeping it together in school. We can all appreciate your challenges. I would like to personally thank my class for the honor of being our speaker, but mainly for your strength, your companionship, and most of all, your humor. No one else can truly understand what we have been through, and although we are about to separate and go on with our nursing careers, our memories of this time in our lives will stay with us forever. I admire all of you and wish you the best most fulfilling careers.
Doesn't that have a lot of courage to come up here? Next, we're going to, last year, the president of our student nurses organization went on to become the president of the New Jersey Student Nurses Association, and he's with us here tonight to Tom Quinn with Melissa Lai, and they have a couple of presentations.
Good evening. I just want to make a brief correction. From Ocean County College, to support professional guidance from the faculty and students that I went to school with, I was able to go from Ocean County College Student Nurses Organization to New Jersey State, and I stand before you this evening. I am the current president of the National Student Nurses Association with over 31,000 members. Thank you. It is both an honor and a privilege to return here. This is such an awesome program, a well-respected program. I bring greetings and congratulations from the National Student Nurses Association, my board of directors, and our fellow members. That's not the main reason why I'm here tonight. Ocean County College is a well-respected nursing program. The curriculum is quite hard. It's one of the best, I would say one of the best in the country, and I've spoken with many students throughout the country during my tenure over this last year. They are also on the cutting edge of new programs and raising the bar for our students as they get ready to enter into leave academia and enter into the nursing profession. One of the programs that the National Student Nurses Association several years ago embarked upon was Leadership University, where our student leaders would get academic credit working with faculty, deans, faculty advisors for their leadership roles both on the state, local, state, and national levels. And once again, Ocean County College has stepped up to the plate, and they have assisted and instituted this program. It is my honor this evening to, I have several diplomas, if you will, from Leadership University, from the National Student Nurses Association. The student that started this, broke the ice for students to follow her, Lisa Yoakum. The second person who I would like to honor this evening is a lady who works tirelessly with the students, both in the academic setting, but also preparing us for our professional role after we graduate and become registered nurses. And that is the faculty advisor, my friend, my mentor, Sandra Kearns. And last but not least, to the faculty member that was able to step up, try something new, and work with Lisa to establish this at Ocean County College, and that would be Joan Barrett. This will be presented to her at a later date. The only other thing that I would like to say in closing is I am so proud to stand here before you this evening. I am so proud of each and every one of you. You made it this evening. There's a survivor on TV, but you are truly the survivors for the evening. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Melissa Lai. I am the first vice president of the Student Nurses Organization. On behalf of the Student Nurses Organization, I'd like to first congratulate our graduate nurses. We wish you luck and success in your future careers. Second, I'd like three spectacular women from this class to please come forward. I want to honor them for their dedication, their commitment, not only to their education, but in serving as leadership roles in our student nurse organization.
First, Dawn Zelinsky and Colleen Romano. They served as the first and second secretaries this semester, probably the most hectic, rigorous semester of the program. On every occasion, they did go above and beyond the call of duty. We applaud you for your achievements and your accomplishments. Thank you and congratulations. And Lisa Yoakum, she served as our president of the Student Nurse Organization. She also serves on the executive board for New Jersey nursing students. Lisa, you've been through a lot these past few years. And through it all, with your dedication, your commitment, your leadership, your belief in all of us and our organization, you brought this organization to a higher and more professional level. You've been our leader, our role model, and our friend. We thank you and congratulate you.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Melissa.
Okay, we're going to start our awards with Mrs. Lombardi and Mr. Tom.
Good evening. Congratulations to all the graduates this evening. We have 7 scholarships to give out this evening. And our criteria for selecting the recipients are grade, need, and community involvement. The first scholarship is $1,250, Roseberry Barnes.
Our first scholarship is the Dorothy Braden Johnson Award to Nicole Golovati, $750. Satisfactory academic performance, but who has excelled in the area of compassion and understanding as it relates to a holistic approach to nursing care. And it's a $500 award, and it goes to Colleen Romano. The Nursing and Allied Health Department Award is given to a graduating nursing student whose clinical practice is consistently knowledge-based and characterized by excellent compassion and professionalism. And the recipient is Beth Davenport. Our next award is the New Jersey League for Nursing honorary membership for 1 year given to a graduating nursing student who has been active in the student nursing organization. And this year's recipient is Lisa Yoakum. And our final award, I'm sure you're pleased to hear that, is the Gus Denny Memorial Award. And it's given to a graduating student with superior nursing clinical practice skills. And the recipient is Virginia Augustus.
Virginia Augustine. I dedicate my pin to all the special people in my life, my family, my in-laws, my dear friends, my mom, and God. Becoming a nurse, I will be able to serve mankind with love and compassion that my God and my family have shown me. Thank you all. Pamela M. Ballard. I dedicate my pin to God for delivering me to this end, as he promised he would, my husband Victor, my daughters Tiara, Angelica, Janet, and Taylor, to my mother-in-law Jessie, thanks for the love and support you all have shown from the moment I met you, to every family member, friend, co-worker, and teacher, for all your encouragement. I love you all. Kimberly Beck Sunburn. This pen is dedicated to Jesus, to my daughters Clarissa and Emma, to all my devoted friends, and to my professors Marianne Smith, Leah Kelly, Barbara Amendola, and Barbara Alexander for your warmth, wisdom, and inspiration. Patricia Blyer McFarland. First of all, I dedicate this pin to my mother, the most beautiful nurse I know. It's taken me 25 years to fulfill my dream, but I did it, Mom. Secondly, I dedicate this pin to my husband, who quizzed me constantly on my notes and who listened to my tapes every time we got in the car. Thank you, Ernie, for believing in me even more than I believed in myself. Jacqueline Bogerwitz. I dedicate my pin to all of my family members and friends who've been there for me, supported me, and put up with me over the past couple of years. Thank you. Tony Brown. I dedicate my pin to my parents, to Maria and Marty, who helped me raise my two children since I started nursing school. I hope I am half the parent to my boys as you are to me. And to my sons, Frankie and Robbie, boys, we will have dinner together every night now. And lastly, to my fiancé, Robert, I needed you and you were always there. Thank you to my whole family. Kathy Campbell. Thank you to my family and friends, especially Mark, Mary, Kate, and Alex. I love you, and I dedicate my pin to a very special lady who taught me to be a nurse, Eleanor Blavet. Susan A. Campion. I would like to dedicate my pin to my family for their love, support, patience, confidence, and for believing in me. To my sweet Drew for always being a light for me even in my darkest hours. And also to the nursing faculty for their guidance and for going above and beyond to work with me through thick and thin. And finally to God, without whom none of this would be possible. Beth Davenport. I dedicate my pin to Mom and Dad, Judy, Jeff, and family for your support and encouragement. Friends who believed in me, and to Ryan, Riley, and Brandon, the greatest kids a mom could hope for. Audrey Dillon. I dedicate my pin to God, and now I pray to be a safe nurse. And to all my professors, especially Professor Kearns, Professor Amendola, Professor Kennett, and Professor Barrett, for giving me their hearts when I needed them most. To my husband Ed, my 4 sons, Joe, Eddie, Bobby, and Franklin, for enduring with me. I made it. Hooray! Julia Hoyt. I dedicate this pin to my family, who's been so supportive, loving, and patient. None of this would be possible without all of you. Kelly Kabling. I dedicate my pin to my husband Matt and my son Tyler. Also to my family and friends, especially my mom. Thanks for all your support. My pin to thank you, God, because I am still alive and I can be here tonight. Thanks to my children, Pablo, Roberto, and Juan. Looking at you kept me going. Thank you, Professors Kelly and Whitman. You are the best. And a special thanks to Mrs. Lombardi for my scholarships. Nilsa Marasco. I dedicate this pin to my beloved Jesus for allowing me the privilege of serving the sick. And I thank him for my husband Steve and my children Amy, Kim, and Francis Xavier, my littlest angel. Tara L. Mount. I dedicate my pin to my boyfriend, who's been so understanding, patient, and encouraging. To my family, who has been so wonderful with their financial support and confidence in me. And I thank everyone who had faith in me, even when I didn't have faith in myself. Thank you for your strength and for believing in me. It's what got me through. Anne O'Regan. I dedicate my pin to the memory of Mom, Dad, Dan, and Grandma, to the encouragement of my colleagues at Dr. Novak's, to the love and inspiration of my family, Edie, Dennis, Ben, and Annie, and to my muse and dear friend, Nurse Cheryl Schneider. Brenda Percy. In dedication to God for the courage, strength, and knowledge to guide me, to my husband Ken for his perseverance, and to all my family and friends for their loving support, especially my brother Ben for winning his fight against cancer. Colleen Sharon Romano. I dedicate my pin to my loving family. Thank you for supporting me. Without you, this would not have been possible. Cheryl Schneider. I I dedicate my nursing pin to my mom and dad for having eternal faith in me, to Deanna for her encouragement, to Anne for her endless support, to my children Sam and Rachel for making the ultimate sacrifice, and to my husband Danny for ensuring we never lost our qualm. I dedicate my pin to my amazing family who have truly humbled me with their inexhaustible patience and unwavering support. Also to my daughter Grace, who has become my motivation for everything I strive to achieve. I'm more grateful than I ever will be able to express. Gladys Urena. I would like to dedicate my pin to my family and friends for providing encouragement and support. Donna Vitullo. I dedicate my pin to my family who have supported me throughout my education. They have given me the strength, guidance, and support to make all of this possible. Kevin Walsh. I dedicate my pin to my thank you to all my family, friends, professors, and classmates, especially to my parents who watch from above, my Aunt Mary, Nancy, and Kelly. I love you all for being there for me. But most especially, I dedicate my pin to my husband, my angel. Bill, I thank God every day for the joy we shared. You are my strength, my hope, and my one true love forever. I hold you in my heart always. Last, but by no means least, Dawn Marie Zelinsky. I dedicate my pin to my loving parents and to my grandmother. To my fiancé, Dean, thank you for supporting me and never letting me give up. To the love of my life, my daughter, Brianna, Mommy did it.
Thank you, Leah. Very good, Sandra. Next, we have Professor Arlene Whitman to read the significance of the lamp.
The candle which each graduate will light holds significance both in the realm of nursing and in education. In nursing, the candle serves to remind us of Florence Nightingale, a great and innovative figure in the profession of nursing and nursing education. Nightingale is most well known to us as the Lady with the Lamp, as she was portrayed in Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem. During the Crimean War, she found that no care was provided to the soldiers during the night, and that as a result, many men died. She decided to make rounds each night
light of her lamp, watching over the wounded and the ill. She became a beloved figure, a symbol of hope and caring, and death rates fell dramatically. The candle also signifies the light of knowledge. The graduates shine with that light, which reflects their extraordinary efforts and achievements in their education. May this light inspire and enlighten them to be the finest among nurses. The graduates will now recite the dedication pledge. Take my hand.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming. It was a wonderful evening. This will probably be the smallest pinning for many years, but they certainly made up for it in fun. And thanks for everyone for coming, and wait for the reception music.
There's my gentleman, the photographer. Laid off. There you go.